What is going on, everybody? This is Electric Infamous here, and this is something I really want to address about in terms of Dying Light 2 and its gameplay infrastructure, along with the gear that you will be procuring throughout the world of Dying Light 2. So here we go. In my inventory, what I have now is that mainly before I did all one-handed. I had a mixture of two-handed and one-handed with different types of gear. I had three pieces of gear that did two-handed weapons, and the damage output that I was able to uh, take or put into enemies. And then I had three pieces of gear, which would be the brawler, which would be the one-handed. Okay. Now, the reason why I decided to go full all-out brawler now with the one-handed is because I found that I was being that much more effective with the one-handed because you're able to, I mean, yes, you can be able to dodge when you're using two-handed weapons, but when you're using two-handed weapons in Dying Light 2, you are far more vulnerable. I mean, yeah, probably be more be vulnerable either if you use one-handed weapons or two-handed weapons with any kind of gear that you put on your character Aiden Caldwell. But this is my own personal opinion or preference because I feel, to me, in my own personal way of how I want to play Dying Light 2 in terms of the gameplay style, I personally really love using one-handed weapons. And here's why. Because, I mean, each gear that you have on, from your hood, not your hood, but from your face mask to your boots, each pair, whether if it's it has to do with rarity though too. It's not has to do with rarity, but it's mainly about how you can be able to equip certain types of gear that will be doing different types of for each of that specific gear. It'll give you a certain type of damage output you will take that you not take, but how much damage you will do with each piece of gear that you have equipped. Okay. For example, I have my sandstorm kit. I'm doing 8.4 plus 8.4 damage along with 11.1 damage, 8.9 damage, 12.8 damage, 10.1% damage, and then 9.9% damage. With all that damage that you're outputting against your enemies, that's how much damage you will be dealing or being dealt to any kind of enemy, whether if it's human enemies or zombies or any other types of enemies that you will eventually go against. Okay? It's the same thing with the gear sets for the two-handed. I have tried a little bit of the Ranger, but I haven't used them really because of the fact that I found out that the Ranger gear set is a lot more squishy because you're not going to have. I'm sure that you'll be able to find better Ranger gear sets rather than like two-handed, like the tank or the brawler, which is going to be the one-handed. But some gears won't have any gear armor on them, and some will. So there's going to be a little bit of a difference there as well. So when I had three pieces of tank and three pieces of brawler on, I was actually to get my gear armor up to close to 60. It was 58. And you can be able to withstand that much more damage against enemies. But the reason why, like I said, now going back, the reason why I decided to go full one-handed is because, each kind of pieces of gear for the one-handed gear set or gear sets, whether if they're artifact or rare or uncommon, that sort of thing, they're always going to have different types of percentages of what, like resistance or melee or stamina regeneration or damage resistance. But every single piece of gear is going to be always going to be different. But it doesn't mean that it's always going to be better. I've noticed that, by picking up, whether if you pick up like rank 9 blue or rank 9 artifact or rank 9 purple, sometimes they will always be better for what you already have equipped. But bear in mind that there are going to be different types of percentages of what I just recently read off, which was the stamina regeneration, or the one-handed weapon damage, or two-handed weapon damage, or if you're doing full ranger, you will see that you're going to be able to do full on massive ranged weapon DPS, which is insane. And here's the thing, the best 2 ranger weapons that you could possibly use are as follows. The PK crossbow, which has a higher damage output than a regular bow itself. But if you want to get the best bow in Dying Light 2, is going to be the yardstick. Yes, the yardstick is going to be the best as far as I know. Now, bear in mind that I could possibly be wrong, but like I said, it's all about preference or opinion of what you possibly want to do. That's all I can say. But anyways, this is Electric Infamous here, and I will chat with you guys later. But if you have any comments or questions below, feel free to do that. And as I previously mentioned, that I do not put out there and saying, please leave a like or subscribe. I do not do that. I want to be a YouTuber to where it's like I don't constantly have to say that, because I feel that it's totally unnecessary. I believe just as long as you make enough content for your channel, whether if you're a younger YouTuber or an amateur YouTuber or a professional or vice versa, you shouldn't have to do that. Because as long as to me, as long as I know that I can make enough content for my channel, that I'll gain more viewership, more subscribers, and so that way. But like I said, that's the reason why I say leave questions or comments below, and feel free to say whatever you like. I mean, you can say you suck. It's like, I don't care. That may be, or that may be true, but it's like, you know what? I'm not doing this for revenue. I'm not doing this to make a profit. I have a real life job. So, but anyways, like I said, this is Electric Infamous here. I'll chat with you guys later and have a good one. And feel free to, like I said, make comments or questions, and I'll chat with you guys later. Have a good one.